Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome into Houston Texans today. I am your host, RC Maxfield, and hey, any day that you get to talk about Andre Johnson is a great day if you're a Houston Texans fan, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to answer, well, the relatively new question, is Andre Johnson a Hall of Famer? And let's be honest, if you're a Texans fan, you know the answer. But just in case you're not, let's run through some of these numbers. He played 12 seasons with the Texans, 7 seasons with over 1,000 yards, and he's eligible for the 2022 Hall of Fame class. I mean, when you think about Andre Johnson, you think about one of the best wide receivers of the 2000s, right? Simple and plain, that's what he was. He was an absolute menace. Just ask Cortland Finnegan of the Tennessee Titans. He wanted no issues with him. There was beef there, and I think Andre Johnson squashed it by just, demoralizing him and probably his entire family after that altercation they had down in NRG. But when you look at what Andre Johnson did, not only on the field, but off the field for the city of Houston, I think that speaks to his character as well as just why he should be a Hall of Famer in general. On the play speaks for itself, but I think there is something to that in today's NFL when talking about off the field, but strictly on the field in terms of all time where he ranks. He's 11th all-time in receiving yards, 11th all-time in reception, and holds the most Texans receiving records. Holds most of the Texans receiving records, on that. He's one of the best wide receivers of all time. I don't think there's any question about that. When you are a top 12 guy in terms of receiving yards in the NFL and receptions, I don't think there's any question in terms of what and where you should be enshrined at. And obviously Andre Johnson is a Hall of Famer, but is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Let me know. Is Andre Johnson a first ballot Hall of Famer? Type Y for yes, type N for no. For me, this is an easy answer, right? Yes, clear as day. I mean, he is easily one of the best wide receivers of the 2000s. You think about some of the guys that were out there with him. Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson. I don't know if he's in Megatron type territory, but he's right below it. I truly believe you put those three together when it comes to the 2000s wide receivers. I mean, just look at his numbers in 193 career games. Over 1,000 receptions, north of 14,000 yards, average just shy of 13.5 yards per catch, and had 70 touchdowns. When you look at a guy that should be shrined in Canton, Ohio, this is the guy to do it. And speaking of his best seasons, I mean, there's nobody in the NFL really outside of maybe a handful of guys in terms of receivers that have put up numbers in back-to-back years like Andre Johnson. Looking at the numbers on your screen right now, 115 catches in 2008, 101 in 2009, over 1,500 yards in both. The TDs aren't as high as you think, but the yards per game, he did it game in and game out. And also, he wasn't one of those just red zone target guys or in between the 20s. He did it everywhere on the field, and he could take it to the house at any time. Again, this is a really easy answer for every Texans fan out there, right? We know Andre Johnson is a first ballot Hall of Famer, but be sure to get your answer in down in the comments. Y for yes, N for no, if Andre Johnson is a first ballot Hall of Famer.